Hello, Washam here, and welcome back to some more Higurashi When They Cry. Let's continue. Back on topic.
身柄が保護されると所定の施設に送致されます。そうするとですね、そこで暮らすことになるので、つまり引っ越しということになります。
So no chance that she can go back to Rika then? Oh.
ですから学区変更で転校にもなります。
転校は仕方ないです。
So really, there's only one choice left after all. Just kill him, right? Kill the uncle. Only way to solve things. Yep.
それであいつが保護されるなら。
No. Keiichi, you're thinking too. You're just stretching things way too far there. Switching schools? No. You just have to kill him. Yeah. Only solution.
さとこちゃんはその辺の事情も知っています。だからますます保護を望みません。
どうして？
あの家でサトシ君の帰りを待つのがさとこちゃんの生きる理由でもあります。兄に捨てられた少女が何に生きる理由を見出したか、あなたのでなくさとこちゃんの価値観で考えてあげてください。
I felt like he was trying to confuse me with hard to understand, roundabout way of talking, so unique to adults. I've said it before in previous chapters, but just what does he think adults are? Seriously. The point was that I couldn't do anything about Satoko wanting to stay in that house. That I should wait until she gives in. In the end, no matter what I said, Coach himself was saying to wait and see.
俺はわかりませんよ。
はい。
俺は本当に聡子が危ないと感じたら誰の意思も聞かずに行動します。
I mean, yeah, if she's kind of in danger of like severe damage, you probably should.
その結果、聡子は不快な思いをして俺を恨むことがあるかもしれないけど、
But at least she'll be alive.
最終的にはそれが聡子の幸せにつながると信じます。
Coach turned to me and gazed fixedly into my eyes. It was written all over his face. He was shocked at what such a young kid had said. There's also the matter of the curse going after people who leave.
どうしてあなたはそこまで。
Coach, no rather, normal adults might not have understood. So I taught him the creed and the values that I believed in.
聡子は俺の仲間だから。そして俺は聡子のニーニーだから。では理由は足りませんか？
I stared at him with a will strong, and unbreakable as steel, as his eyes betrayed a tiny bit of unrest.
いえ、足りないなんてことはありません。
We were silent for a little while, till finally, Coach said only that.
誓ったじゃないですか、俺たち。
すみません。
That was about doing everything they could for Satoko back before the uncle came back.
聡子を絶対に泣かせないって。
We made a vow on that day of the barbecue party. I didn't think about it hard at all, but Coach and I still made a promise that we wouldn't ever let Satoko cry. Coach gave a dry grin of regret, immediately apologizing for not remembering. One way or another, when he grinned like that, it made me think his enthusiasm for saving Satoko was a tiny bit smaller than mine. I mean, he made that promise. Not really. Yeah, she won't have to cry, but in normal circumstances. Rather than what she's having to deal with now.
ひょっとして前原さんのお家ってあれですか？
He's shocked at how big it is, probably.
ああ、前原屋敷が前原さんのお家だったんですね。
Before I knew it, we were almost to my house. Like half of it's studio, though, isn't it? From memory. I think that came up in the first chapter. Case file 31. No achievement popped up. Oh, there it is. Plain to see. Of course, you can't see it because Usually it doesn't show up. December 1st, 1981. Prefecture Juvenile Welfare Division report. Do not view, do not duplicate. Wait, do not view? Why write it? Oh well. Case 31, November 20th. Satoko Ojo, blank years old. Residence, blank, in Mizawa Village, Shishibone. 1. Consultation circumstances. Anonymous telephone SOS of child abuse. 2. Abuse situation. Anonymous claims that a female child is suffering physical abuse by adoptive parents, her guardians. 3. Family structure. Circle marks abusers. Adoptive father, adoptive mother, of abusers, older brother, child in question. Note, in June 1980, the parents died in an accident, and she was given to her uncle on her father's side, her father's younger brother. 4. Consultation sentence response. So far this is all stuff we know. On the day of the anonymous telephone consultation, the centre called the child to school and asked of her situation. The next day, a welfare officer on duty visited the child's home and heard what they had to say. Both adoptive parents agreed to the centre's coaching, contacted anti-abuse network of the city. As part of this suggested coaching, the district welfare officer of the area began visiting for coaching at fixed intervals. The scrolled note below is stapled to the report. Related information from former official Mr. W. Refer to 1977 document D2-3 number 44. Ask Chief Investigator F from the city's education consultation officers. He is well informed about it. I feel maybe the last part, but apart from that we didn't learn anything from that. Something regarding laws or something. Anyway, moving on. I went home and washed the day's sweat off in the shower. Normally, I could reset everything by taking a shower and forgetting all the bad things. That didn't happen today. I got out of the shower to find fresh underwear placed neatly in the laundry basket. Normally I didn't stop to think about it, but today I felt happy at my mother's consideration. At the same time, however, it made me realize how much Satoko must be suffering. At the very moment I was appreciating this gentle kindness, Satoko might be being abused by her uncle's cruel words. I went up to the second floor and shut myself in my bedroom. Then, facing my desk, I folded my arms. My topic of thought, of course, was Satoko. We thought that if we could just get a public agency to intervene in the right way, the problem would be solved. But with what Coach said, I didn't think it would be so easy. Satoko was obstinate, and she would stubbornly deny the abuse and try to endure it. That was an act of atonement towards Satoshi, who had protected her before and then run away. As long as she thought that way, the situation wouldn't be so simple. But earlier, before Coach, I made a clear declaration. If I thought Satoko was in danger, then I would do what I had to. In the end, that meant I was just going to wait and see, too. Nevertheless, I thought I'd drawn a clearer line than Coach and my friends had. If the time came, I would report it, over the phone. Given Satoko's personality, she might criticize me if she found out. But I believed it was ultimately the best decision. Wait, Keiichi, my brother. Wait for what? Would that really be all it took for the problem to end? Probably not. Say that I reported it to a public agency, like the Child Consultation Center. What if they stuck to their wait-and-see attitude like last year again? Last year they decided to do just that. The situation improved temporarily. But then the aunt, thinking herself a laughingstock, increased her tormenting in secret. In the end, things became even more underhanded than even before. But I mean, if she's in danger, then there's not much worse can get anyway. It's just gonna be pretty bad. Either way, you might as well try, I suppose, to save her. This year it was her uncle. I had just seen him for the first time today, but the man seemed much more direct, much more violent than the word underhanded could imply. He wasn't like their aunt. Not that subtle. No, not that subtle. He was more direct. He might also assault her with punches and kicks. I could easily be discerned from the bruises and such I saw on Satoko's body. Shit. Too naive, Keiichi, my brother. However heroic it may seem to report what was happening, if it doesn't save her, then it doesn't mean anything. Reporting things to a public agency was only one option, and leaving everything to them would be dangerous. We would need something more to guarantee Satoko's safety. I scratched madly at my head, thinking, then tilted it back, wanting yet at least a little bit of calm. The memories of angry arguing with my friends today came to mind. Can you get a photo or something, maybe? I was embarrassed that I hadn't realized it until Rena said something. She was right. My house is big. Compared to all the houses with the straw-thatched roofs in Hinazawa, it was really big. We did actually have empty rooms. I've never thought that we were affluent, but also never that we were poor. I just didn't admit it because people would think I was arrogant. But maybe my family really is wealthy. We had a few rooms we could lend to Satoko. The guest rooms are only in use when people related to my dad's job come and stay every once in a while. Plus, if we cleaned up a few of the rooms my dad uses for storage, they could work for her as well. I mean, yeah, like, it's not like where Satoko currently lives with, well, not currently, used to live with Rika, because that's like a room and a half, 2 rooms in size. I don't think you need to worry about the front of not having enough space for her. As for food expenses, that might have been a more serious problem than a kid like me could imagine. Oh, oops. Lunch every day would be manageable. All of our friends would just have to bring a little more for lunch than they usually did. With everyone pecking at everyone else's food anyway, it would be manageable. For breakfast and dinner, though, that would have to be up to Mum. I would need to convince her to lend Satoko more than just a room. Of course, I don't even think convincing her of that would be easy. About how much did it cost for one person to eat? How many tens of thousands of yen per month? They couldn't complain about it if I shouldered that, could they? I don't think it's tens of thousands of yen per month. That's hundreds of dollars per month? Per person? Probably maybe 100 per month, but then again, they are in rural area. As Sans, she doesn't, like with Rika, they don't go for expensive stuff either. Not that, although his mother would probably want to get more expensive stuff like they currently do. She wouldn't just give Satoko the poor stuff, or the cheap stuff rather. Anyway, I only had 10 or 20,000 yen in savings, but it was something. I actually had even more thanks to a New Year's gifts and such, but my parents had taken all of that and put it into a fixed time deposit. If I could get access to it, it should add up to a lot of money. If I got that far, Mion and Reno would need to share some of the burden. Of course, that didn't seem like it would work. Reno got mad at me, didn't she? About how I shouldn't just shove responsibility onto others. I'd have to ask for help. Even so, I'd basically be saving her myself. I would follow through on it. Yeah, problem is, until... while the uncle is still the guardian, he has custody of her. So it's not like he can just bring her back home and be the end of it. Oh, but it wouldn't only be on your food expenses. There were a lot of other things that you couldn't do without, like baths and laundry. My mother was awfully methodical and strict about cutting out inefficiencies, and for once, that was troublesome. She might even make reference to the money it would cost for the detergent Satoko would use for her own clothes. Not much extra per load. I couldn't think only about food expenses. I needed more money. Hey, wait, Keiichi, my brother. Since when was all of this about money? Even if you could afford it, you would need your parents' permission first. They'd be looking after a young girl for a really long time. What would I say to persuade them? Just calm down a little bit, Keiichi, my brother. You'll realize right away that you can't. Even if you asked them seriously, they would tell you to call the police. Even if you manage to gain their empathy, why should the Maibara family have to shoulder all the burden by itself? That's what would happen. That was it. It was very sad and frustrating, but no matter how much I wanted to help, my resolution alone couldn't save anything.
そんなにも子供って無力なのかよ。
By the same token, you wouldn't really know what would happen until you ask. That's all just your own thinking about how they'll respond. It's not like you've ever asked them this before. I felt frustrated. I believe my feelings are stronger than anyone else's. I even thought that they were stronger than Coach's. And yet, at that point, there were 2 knocks on my door, and Mum poked her head inside.
起きてたの？さっきからご飯ってずっと呼んでるわよ。
あ、うん。今行く。
Someone financially dependent on his parents. I shouldn't say this, but I just sat around doing nothing, and food suddenly appeared. It felt so natural to me that I'd shamelessly thought of it as the responsibility of the parents who gave birth to me. But when I realized that natural thing was actually a privilege, I came to realize just how hard it was to grant that privilege to others. Even the boring meal in front of me, no better than it ever was, had more meaning than that tonight. There was food for 3 on the table right now. For Dad, for Mum, and for me. I couldn't imagine how hard it would be to add another place at the table. I mean, if you're cooking for 3, it's not that much harder to cook for 4. Just add more ingredients, but it's the same steps, same time, most. Okay, just all I want to say is that it doesn't take much more time to cook for 4 than it does for 3. Think, Keiichi, my brother. If it was hard to make food for 4, then just think about how 4 people could eat food made for 3. Oh, it changed around the way I thought, and with that I began to consider an unthinkably bold plan. That's right. I didn't need to get my parents' permission. He's going to give her like half of his food, I'm guessing. She should just live here in secret. I don't think that's going to work out anywhere near as well as you would like to hope. I got upset when I found out a while ago. But if I remembered right, if you climbed out the window, then shimmied down the first floor roof of the gutter, you go in or out of the house directly from my room. And you're going to make Satoko do that? And yeah, your parents are 100% going to find out. Okay, I didn't know if it split up the words. Also, why is it splitting up the word right there? Satoko's physical ability far surpassed my own, so it would be even easier for her. I hadn't even thought about it, but her living here secretly was actually a necessity. Anyone else here think that he's an idiot? Or is it just me? I'm pretty sure everyone that's watching this is thinking the same thing which I am. He's an idiot. I'd only have to bring Satoko to my house when the public agency said they would wait and see. Okay. At least that's a plus side, that he's not just going to do it for stupidity's sake. In other words, if Satoko's uncle continued to be her guardian, if, in such a situation, word got out that she was here, her uncle would barge in and drag Satoko back with him. Her uncle was her rightful guardian, so my parents would hand her over without an argument, no doubt. So, I needed to keep it a secret that she was living here. It needs to be a secret, and having my parents' help would mean a lot, but you've got to deceive your allies first, like they always say. Okay. Persuading my parents was an unrealistic proposition, so I searched for a way to have her live here in secret. Also that secret's so gonna fall apart immediately, because it doesn't seem like the uncle really does anything during his day, so he could easily just wait outside the school and then follow her and see what she goes. When I was around, she would just have to be really quiet in my room on the 2nd floor. The issue was the daytime. She was hiding from her uncle, and she shouldn't go to school. Might be lonely, but not going would be the better option. Could easily teach Satoko the stuff she learns in her grade. But then what about Neon, Renner, and Rika? Actually, during school I mostly help all the younger kids out rather than just studying my own stuff. Just what's wrong with their school? During the day I would need to go to school, so I wouldn't be at home. My parents suspected my privacy now that I was this age, so they wouldn't go snooping around my room when I was gone. Do they not like even sweep the floor or anything? feel like it's gonna come up at some point. There's no way to keep it a secret for an extended period of time. I think. If she holed herself up in my room, it would be okay, right? My parents did come. Thanks to where the second floor was, she could hear the reproach from the sound of him coming up the stairs. Also, that isn't much of a life. She's just staying in there the whole time. And there would be a little bit of time before they got all the way up. I estimated a few seconds. But she would be able to hide herself in a closet. Okay, to be fair though, none of this is going to happen before the Watanagashi, and then everything's going to change after the Watanagashi. Right? I think we all know that, right? Wait, Keiichi. Something doesn't make sense. She can't go to school, then what will she do for lunch? Calm down already. Could just leave her my own lunch, couldn't I? I should just go to school without lunch and get everyone else to split theirs with me. Okay, that's good. No more contradictions or oversights, right? Oh, breakfast and dinner. Could somehow get her to go without breakfast. I can go with 2 meals a day when I sleep in on Sundays, after all. Every night I'd pretend as though I had a bigger appetite and ask for a bigger helping. Then I could just somehow give part of that to Setoko. You can't see just how much I was rolling my eyes with the just somehow. As a test, I stood up from my seat with my plate of fish in my hands.
どうしたの、ケイチ?
Also, never mind the fact, all the times where if they're ever talking in his room, first of all. Second of all, where he's not listening and the parents come in anyway.
ご飯は座って食べなさい。
ちょっと気分が変えたくなってさ。自分の部屋で食べてもいいかな。
And the answer will be no.
ボロボロ落として汚すぞ。食事は食卓で食べなさい。
ごめん。
Hey, wait. I only tried to take away one plate of fish, and they ganged up on me? In reality, it was impossible for me to smuggle food away, without my parents knowing about it. But it must have been worth taking the time to think about. There must be some trick, some method to avoid them realizing. Even if I can't think of one today, I might think of one tomorrow. My appetite was rapidly fading, so I finished early and went back to my room. I went back there and tried to think about it from Satoko's point of view. For example, let's say, what about Satoko's point of view of just living there the whole time? Not gonna think about that? I opened the closet. Clatter, clatter. It didn't open quietly. Hey, wait. Didn't it always open smooth and quiet? Why was it suddenly doing this now? What is this? A faulty house? Had it already gotten old or something? Was I just not putting enough work into it? Did someone come into his room? Have events already started to take place? Could I just plaster it with wax? The sound itself may have been soft, but it left me uneasy as to whether my parents would detect it happening when they climbed the stairs. This was an easy problem. I could do something about it. I just had to fix it up a little, so it didn't make noise anymore. Now, I'll close myself in the closet as though I'd successfully hid. I basically always left my feet on the floor. Couldn't think of any real reason my parents would want to go into my closet. Maybe they got you new clothes? Before we see this whole plan come crumbling to an end, probably, I'll leave it here for today. Let me know any feedback you have in the comments. And until next time, see ya!